Hey guys, so welcome to this week's edition Drawing with Jole. This week we will be doing humans. I do apologize for the slight delay in this week's video. As some of you may know, I am Canadian and the other date was Canada Day, the 1st of July. So my parents had stole me away for some festivities, fireworks and such. So, well, happy Canada Day, maybe a bit late for all you Canadian watchers there. For those that aren't Canadian, well, don't you wish you were Canadian? I know you wish you were Canadian. Canadians are awesome. So, without further ado, this week's video, as I said, humans. Again, a contest winner from Chronicles of Tyria's costume contest. This is a Jalinar. So, brief little description here. Jalinar, Jolinar. I am Jolinar. He is Jalinar. I know our names are fairly similar. We get that quite often, actually. We do know each other in real life, and it's absolutely by fluke that both of our names resemble each other. I mean, we met, and we both found out our usernames were Jalinar, Jolinar. Like, and ever since we've been. Wait, you stole my name. No, you stole my name. We don't know who exactly had it first. We both love Stargate, and our names are based off the character Jalinar of Magical-est, which is a Tok'ra. So, I mean, well, we both love Stargate, and we both have very similar names. No, we're not brothers, sisters. We're not siblings. We're just friends in real life. So, funny little anecdote on our names. So, we will be drawing him this week, Elementalist. So, started off with a quick sketch underneath. This time I did it in Photoshop, not on paper. So, I just put that under there and started with the outlines. Now, I know sometimes it's hard to find poses for your character. I kind of really did not know what to do for his. Feel free to look online for inspiration if you see any image from a movie or a manga, books or whatever. Just feel free to look at the pose, see how the character's placed, and I mean, try to copy it if you want. It helps you just sometimes imagine the character. Sometimes you have the image in your head, but you kind of don't know what exactly to do with it. So, DeviantArt, great place. Just Google images if you want. If not, there's a whole bunch of sites that have base models of humans that are anatomically correct. I know PoseManiacs.com is one that sometimes I use very often just for pose ideas and just looking how muscles and everything works. So, there's no shame in doing it. Look, sometimes you don't have ideas. It happens to everyone, a little artist block, and I mean, the internet is a great place, a source of inspiration. Everything is out there, so feel free to take a look and just look around for poses, base yourself off that, it will help. So, continue with the outlines. Feel free to modify, obviously, your drawing that you did at the beginning. You'll never get it 100% perfect the first time, so feel free to make modifications. So basically, as always, just outline everything. And here I was very lazy. I just copied the previous lines that I did with Alt and using the arrow tool. Just drag that down, and then I just Control-T transformed my selection just to rotate it a bit to give it an angle. So if you don't want to have to redo the same line over and over and over again, great tool. Don't forget it. It's there. Use it. It's helpful. On with the book. Gloves. Some of you may recognize these gloves. These are the gloves that the gauntlets that you can get from the Molten Facility dungeon when it was out. I know they're much bigger and bulkier in game. I kind of didn't like the way they looked like that, so yes, I slimmed them down quite a bit just to make them flow more with his shirt and such. So they're much bigger and bulkier in game. Here, just make them pretty, like girly hands. Make them pretty. Oh, and for people as well, I know hands are a pain to draw. I know feet are a pain to draw, especially have a hard time with feet. Hands got better with that. Feel free to look up bases online too for hands. Lots of places like DeviantArt and even Postmaniacs, they have stock pictures of people that just took their hands pictured in many different angles. Feel free to check that out. It's really helpful when trying to draw a hand properly. I think Postmaniacs has a 3D model of a hand in several different positions that you can just spin around. I will put the link for that in the little doobly-doo down there. So if you don't want to use that site, just check it out on DeviantArt. Just type in stock images for hands or something, and you'll get tons of stuff there. So very helpful. I know it's something that's hard. It just takes practice, and you'll eventually get the hang of it. I mean, same thing goes for pretty much every body part. If you have a hard time drawing faces, same concept. They have the same thing. Tons of stock images out there. There's no shame in using them. Artists everywhere, they're a great help, so don't forget they're there. So just quickly group all those outlines into a group, and we'll start with the coloring. I just used the screenshot that he sent me in-game again for the color picking. Have a nice little color palette there. See the color is slightly off, feel free to just, reselect the area that you colored and just color pick a new one and fill it in. That's what it is for Photoshop. Much easier that way. Now I know the design might not be absolutely fully accurate. It was a bit blurry on my picture, and I'm really bad at doing designs like that on armor and such. So I did it, about the same-ish. I mean, it is a drawing, it's an interpretation, it's fan art. Feel free to, if there's something on the armor that you do not like, that you want to change, that you'd like to make a modification. I mean, there are no rules. You don't have to do exactly the same. I changed the gloves, I changed the design, I added things, I removed things. I mean, it's your piece of art, you're the artist, you're the boss, you're the one with the final word on it, so feel free to do what makes you happy, what you like in your drawings. So as long as you like the end product, that is the most important part. So just change the color of the boots there. It wasn't exactly the hue that I wanted. And color in the orange jewelish part of the boots. Enough for, since most of the colors that I'm using are already there, I'll just pick from the same orange that I used just to make sure the unity. Sometimes the picture that I'm using, it's an in-game screenshot, there is effects, the environment, the lighting changes, so just to keep the same orange going around, I'll just pick from the bottom part. Same thing goes for beige, same thing goes for the brown. Since basically he did use the same dyes everywhere, if we would have removed all variations in the game there, it would be these flat same colors. So just to keep it a bit more unified, just repick from the same colors that I used.
Hello, people of ArenaNet. You know you're amazing, and let me tell you why. We've each talked to Corporal Byrne 100,000 times, but fans in the persistent world, they really lose their minds. Our job in Cologne is long and hard, we lose Albert every day. But when I think of the hours you're on, I'm surprised you're awake to play. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Oh yeah. Up on stage, Martin's voice is lost, or his mind, it's hard to tell. But those with doubts have all shut up, so that's not why he yells. He must outdo the roar of the crowd, for a Surin has met.
Skin color is always something that's touchy. You never want to go too orange to make him look like a carrot. You don't want to go too pale to make him look like a vampire. So play around with the skin color. Try to get it PG, depending on if you want your character to be a little more pale or tan or not, or African American or Asian, or whichever ethnicity you want your character to be. Just, play around with skin colors. Just make sure your character doesn't look, like a carrot or an alien, unless that's really what you're going for. You can go for a carrot person if you want to. Just saying that's gonna be a carrot person. Stuff. Made him that he was attuned to Earth, so put some little rocks around his like in game you have little squirty things. On to the shading, so pick a darker color. You can put your layer into multiplier, whichever mode suits best, and shade. Play around which layer goes on top of which to make sure the shading touches the right areas and how you want them to. Shading for the pant folds. Put a bit of lines, like in a screenshot, there was a bit of texture in his pants as well as on that flap that was hanging from his belt. So the lines there, just make sure that they don't go on top of any unwanted areas, and then play around with the layers effects. Now, since on the boots it kind of looks like the orange lines glow, I just duplicated the orange that was on the boots double clicked on the layer, then you'll end up in the layers options. You have many effects that are available for you, so I just chose inner and outer glow. Now you can change the color of the glow. Right now just put it kind of to like an orangey yellow, but if you're doing a glow of a different color, you can change that, feel free. So yeah, basic put inner outer glow. You can decide all the options next to it for like drop off rate and how far you want it to extend, you know, if you want it blurred or not. So feel free to play around with those options. It's pretty cool if you want to make something just glow, have like a little fiery look to it. So for his somewhat like kind of like belt sides, again on the image it was somewhat of a bit blurry for the designs on the side, so I mean feel free to put in your own little artistical input. So just made a little design on there. And then draw a little tool. So I basically just choose different shades in the same kind of green and then add a bit of light just to make it shiny, look like it's not flat. Make it look like it's three-dimensional, it sticks out a bit. And no, those are not veins on his arms. I know they look like that way in the picture. I don't know, it's just a design that there is on the shirt. So he doesn't have giant bulging veins on his arms. At the end, they do look a bit like that. I probably exaggerated them too much, but meh. So I just did the shading there on 2 layers, put some under the arms, and then erased it, and then put some on the top. 2 different layers. And group everything together like I've been doing for the previous things. One for shirt, one for pants, shoes, you name it. Keep everything tiny, at least somewhat ordered, because I have over 100 and something layers here. It gets to be a bit hectic, you know. For his beard, I kind of wasn't sure how to shade it. I don't usually draw beards, not a fan of characters with beards, so I kind of avoid them. So I just basically put some brown and I put down the opacity so the skin would show, because it's not a full beard this character has, it's somewhat of a little bit of a stubble, so I didn't want to make it too exaggerated. For the hair, play around with the highlights, the shading, put a little accentuate things in there. Little strands of hair that do catch the light, make them nice and shiny.
Hello, people of Arena.
Just so the hair doesn't look absolutely flat and unicolored. And I have a little gradient in there. And then for the jewel, like for the others, different colors, add a little bit of light to make it pop out.
Our job in Cologne is long and hard. We lose Albert every day. But when I think of the hours you're on, I'm surprised you're awake to play. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again.
And then I just put a bit of highlight in on a different layer, and I went into the filter options, and I just applied a Gaussian blur to it. Just to give it a little like light, fluffy glow.
At the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Spawn the dragon, kill the dragon, spawn him, kill him, spawn him again. Or
just a tiny bit of shading on the rocks. They're already very small. I didn't want to make it too detailed. It wouldn't show from afar anyways. So just a tiny bit of shading. And then on top of the details here, different colors. Again, shading a bit, different colors. Since it's a flame, add a bit maybe of red at the bottom, really nice. Play around with the layer options. Again, I just duplicated the layer and double clicked in its options, added a little, I believe, it's either outer or inner glow. Just choose which one looks best, even choose both if both together looks pretty cool. You don't have to only use one, so go ahead. So basically, we went from our little sketch to this. Again, I just put down the background, and then I Control A, select all, go in the options at the top, edit, and copy merged. So that will select all of the character, and just copy it, turn it black, and then I just put it down and use it as a shadow. So basically, yep, here it is from sketch to finish. This is Jalinar. Now, for the contest entries for last week's contest for the Charr, first off we have James, who sent us 2 lovely images. Second off we have Eleanor, who sent her a picture of her Charr. And then thirdly we have Ryan, who sent us this lovely picture as well. So, for the grand winner this week I have chosen James. This piece, I did really like it. I like the composition of the image, the colors, the palette, and all. I love the reflections on the ground for the snow and such. I find everything just goes well together. So, congratulations, lovely drawing, amazing. So I'll be contacting you soon for your prize, so check your email. For this week there will also be a contest. This time obviously will be for humans, so you have the normal 2 weeks to send it in. The deadline will be on the 14th of July at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, I will be going on vacation, so for the next video that will be released, there will not be, I won't be announcing the contest winners because I won't be there. I'll only be able to announce these contest winners in August. So, I know it's going to be a long wait, but keep an eye out. Don't worry, if you do submit your human, you will be getting your prize a bit later on. So next week's video will be only the drawing. Contest winners will not be announced. I might contact Lagwin. He'll have them announced unofficially, not on a video. But don't worry, your contest entries will definitely be showcased in the next video. So once again, on the 14th of July, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you everyone for watching my video. Thank you for all the contest entries. I can't wait to see the next ones. And I'm sorry if you heard any weird opera singing in the background of my video. My parents were listening to Phantom of the Opera, and sometimes you can hear it. So sorry about that. Have a very nice rest of the week all, and well, see you guys later.